Meow meow. Any chance Adam Aron intends to destroy AMC for his buddies? If he's not doing it on purpose, he's doing a hell of a job at it on accident. The first rule of dealing with anyone is that if a mistake ends up making them money, expect them to make that mistake over and over and over. So if your CEO is constantly selling shares at below market via dark pools directly to short hedge funds, and it makes him money, and you tell him, hey man, stop doing that, and he goes, got it, never do it again, and then he does it like 5 more times, he's doing it for a reason. We saw last week 58 million ape shares pop up on Ortex available to be borrowed. This is after, the borrowing available was in the tens or hundreds of thousands, and, all of a sudden 60 million shares show up. Who just bought 60 million shares? Antera? And someone on Reddit showed that Antera had a published short position on AMC. So yes, they're a holder of AMC bonds, and they hedged it by shorting AMC, right? Well, if they can't pay their bonds off, then at least they'll make a bunch of money shorting their stock. That's how you hedge. So he's selling directly to short sellers, allowing them to cover their short position, and they can make money off both sides. You don't stop short selling of your company by rewarding the short sellers. It reminds me of I was a kid. I was probably, I don't know, maybe 10 years old, 11 years old. And I was at Pay and Save, which at the time was a local drugstore chain that got bought by Rite Aid. And I'm with my mom. We're in line, and there's this other mom and this 2-year-old in front of us. We're in the aisle, and there's the impulse aisle. You got candy and magazines and National Enquirer and stuff. And the 2-year-old, she grabs this Twix bar off the thing and starts opening it and eating it while her mom's paying. Mom goes, "Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry." And she grabs the Twix bar from the kid, gives it to the checker, "We'll pay for it." The checker goes, boop, pays for it. And then she just gives it back to the 2-year-old, start chomping down again. And my mom, who has no problem mothering anyone's child, she grabbed the Twix bar from the kid and got on his face and said, "You don't teach your child that stealing is okay." And that woman was like, "How dare you tell me how to raise my child?" And my mom got really close to the woman and said, let's you are the woman in the line at Pay and Save. How dare you raise a child? And that lady just went, and so if you're going to reward them for committing a crime, they just stole a Twix bar. And you went, "Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, I'll pay for it." And so you paid for it, and then you gave them the Twix bar back again. There was no lesson learned there. Yes, you should pay for something when you steal it, but you don't reward the person who stole it. If someone's illegally shorting your company, or even legitimately shorting your company, they're trying to destroy your company. They're saying your company's garbage and shouldn't exist. And you just allowed them to not only make a bunch of money off of the short they did, but to continue to do it later. You just rewarded those little thieves, those little Twix bar stealing 2-year-olds, and they're not going to learn any lesson on that. They're going to be like, "Well, that was easy. Well, let's do it again." Right? Because if their mistake makes them money, they're going to repeat that mistake over and over and over and over again. So that's where we are. Dean Phipps, can AMC give retail apes a 1-penny AMC gift card for dividend and make hedge funds cover that for each AMC share? Yeah. I mean, they can do whatever they want. I would hope it would be larger than that. Because 1 penny, let's say they're at $4 billion, that's $40 million. They can cover $40 million. You want to be able to make something that is just monumental and almost impossible to cover. Like a $25 gift card. Right? That gets 2 people into a movie. $25 across 4 billion shorts. Then you're looking at $100 billion that they've got to come up with. And that's $100 billion they would have to pay to AMC to get. So AMC can not only just pay off all their debt, they can operate forever on that. So And all it cost them was 2 free movies to shareholders per share, which means shareholders will never have to pay for a movie again. They're fine. I mean, if you got 1,000 shares, when are you going to see 2,000 movies? Right? Chicken Lover, Houston, I'm so worried about AMC. I mean, Adam Aron's doing it wrong. There's a lot of people who have averages that are quite high at the moment that if you know, the price of stock got back up to $30, yeah, they'd be doing right. Because for a year it sat between what, 30 and 50 before it came collapsing back down again. It got up to 20 something back in August. But right now, in combination with Ape, it's a $5 stock. And so when they reverse split, they'll go to $5, not to 350. Like it would get a lot of people out of this thing. And I don't see Adam Aron getting the stock price up to $100, $200 in there after this reverse split. I see him just dumping shares to hedge funds, and then the market just getting flooded with them, and the price going right back down to $5. I have zero faith in Adam Aron at this point. None. Zip, zero, nada, zilch. No faith. What are you doing, Kat? What do you think you're doing? You gonna get in my way? Oh. Yeah, so you can hang out here. On this side's cool. As long as you don't mess. Nope. You stay right here. Because if you're going to get in the way of... Oh, fine. You can go on that side too. You can go over there. That's fine. There you go. Fall asleep on that baseball jersey right there. But I don't... I'm over Adam Aron. He just doesn't... He will not do a single thing that actually helps us. He'll do things that he'll like, this will help, and then nothing happens. I don't need, to go get a little gold NFT of a spinning AMC. I would rather see a dividend handed out in that state. But you can't get the dividend because you can't figure out how to get rid of your debt. And every option you do to try to get rid of debt results in more shorting of your stock because you give power to all these short hedge funds. And just isn't doing it right. You got to sell at market to your investors. And it would have been taken care of by now. Because you won't do that, the investors wouldn't give you the opportunity to sell more shares. And because you lost their trust. So our hope of being able to vote in a new board is rapidly disappearing because the short hedge funds are going to have overwhelming voting rights after a reverse split. And that'll be that. XYZ, do you know if MMAT or NextBridge have hired share intel? Someone mentioned that they may have. I guess Wes Christian reached out. I know Wes Christian sent Adam Aron a letter saying, you really need to do this. You need to get this share intel hired and figure out about these shares, or else you're going to be in trouble. That's kind of a threatening letter from Wes Christian, it looked like. But I think Wes Christian basically was like saying, "Hey, we know you're in bed with these shorts, so you better do the right thing before trouble happens." That's the way I interpreted that letter. I don't know if you guys had a chance to read it yet, but it seemed quite stern and very. You got one opportunity to fix this, there, Adam Aron. But I know John Berta's aware of it. I know he and Wes Christian have talked. I mean, the membership is like $60,000. That's chump change to any company at this point, especially to figure out where all their shares are. Seems like a good idea to me.